Hey YouTube, it's AdamX20, and today I pushed another Pious Paladin update. So I'm going to go over some of the changes that took place in that. Um, so there were some updates to the card tools, but I'll get into that when I log into the server, because most of the features right now are really server based, and there's no offline instance of them yet. Mainly, what's going on here is some, how do I say it, some parsing, some game tree material. Um, let's see here. So if I send this node to text, this is what I get, and then if I'll show you in design mode what it looks like. So I got send as macro checked off, and then if I send it again, it sends it like that. So it uses the alias parsing like it's supposed to. But the real difference is right here. Is when you see all of these spaces, it doesn't space it so hard, and then you'll see this one is also sending as a macro, so I can change that and then send it that, and then it doesn't parse it. So those are the big changes for the game tree node. It's mainly just handling how uh, text nodes add breaks, and they'll look a lot better when you send them to chat. So what I'm going to do here is log into my server and create a room. Call it card room. And I will show you the changes here. So let's see, I'm going to open up a new deck. I'm going to put a new deck on the playing field, and I will click on it 4 times. I will draw some cards. When I click here, you'll see the 4 cards that I drew. I can now discard those, and then a discard pile will be created. I can move that around just like an object and move those around like that. Then I can move the discard pile over here, and we'll add those to the deck. Now I can also right click on it and shuffle it, and we'll shuffle the deck multiple times, and then I can do that again, and you'll see all those cards have been shuffled now. And if I want to play them, I can just drag and drop them right from my hand onto the table, and they will be played. Another thing I can do is, if I want to deal right to the table, I could deal right to the table just like that. I click on here however many cards I want to deal, and then I click on those right there, and then I can discard them from the table just like that. So there's some features I want to add to make this a little more streamlined. Otherwise you're just dealing with a bunch of cards. Right now I want to be able to have it say, if you right click on a card or put a card on the discard pile, it'll use the same system to ask if you want to add them to there. So there'll be like stacking features, but right now that's not how I've added it. And there's no card trading or anything like that. With the current features as it is right now, you could probably play a game of Texas Hold'em or a game of poker. You could probably, I don't know what the rules are for Savage Worlds, but you could probably create a Savage Worlds deck, shuffle it, and deal cards to players. Now, if you want to deal cards to players, each player will have their own little information here, which will show the role, and then the username, and then however many cards they want. You could just click on those, and it will deal to those players. If there is a second player in here, I will log my server in here real quick. And you'll see lurkers don't have that. I'm working on some new ideas to allow all of this for non-lurkers and streamline it. Eventually I want this over here if a player's sitting at this chair, and then over here if they're sitting at this chair, and so on and so forth. So if I deal to the server here, then I can see these cards, and I can't do anything with those yet, but I will be able to later. So that is how that works. Now, if my player leaves, like I have all my cards here, if my player leaves or disconnects, what's going to happen is we'll go into the lobby, and all of the cards that he had in play will be removed from play, and it will be removed from all the other players' hands. So when I go back into the room, all of the cards are gone. And that's just the way it's going to work for now, because there's a lot of I don't want the server to have like multiple instances of decks in play. So a person puts in a deck, leaves, comes back with another deck, and is able to sift through their cards and add more cards. It's just a really unfair way to do it. So if the person leaves the table, all their cards will leave. If they disconnect, all their cards will leave. And I know that might cause problems because of the disconnect issues right now, but that's something I'll be working on later. Um, but yeah, that's basically it for this update. Um, I can't think of anything else. I've seen all of the get satisfaction problems, report problems to get satisfaction. I will definitely be looking at those. I look at those all the time, and I respond pretty consistently, quickly. Not always, because I try and figure out what the issue is, but still pretty consistently I respond rather immediately. So until the next update, I will see you later. Bye, YouTube.